I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. Micah chapter 7. This is our last chapter in Micah, and it will be the ending of the third prophecy. Remember, we started in chapter 6 with the second prophecy, and chapter 6 was God asking, what have I done to you? Why? I've done all these good things for you, but you have rejected me, so now I have to reject you. And that was the basic of chapter 6. This begins into chapter 7. Though Israel has rebelled, yet in the last days the Lord will have mercy on her. He will have compassion and pardon her iniquities. So again, in chapter 6, God saying, I've done all these good things, now you rejected me, I have to reject you now. As is the case with most prophets, we get the final hope of God, the final mercies of God. So, woe is me, for I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits, as the grape gleanings of the vintage. There is no cluster to eat. My soul desire the first ripe fruit. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with a net. That they may do evil with both hands earnestly, the prince asketh, and the judge asketh for a reward, and the great man uttereth his mischievous desire, so they wrap it up. The best of them is as a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh, now shall be their perplexity. This sounds like the apostasy, the wickedness spreading throughout the world like that. That they may do evil, they earnestly seek for reward. So they're taking bribes. They're not just accepting bribes when they're offered. They're seeking bribes. They're saying, look, you want to get this, pay me, and I'll do this for you. And so nobody in the world is truly righteous. This sounds like the time of the apostasy. So verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son dishonoureth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day also he shall come, even to thee from Assyria, and from the fortified cities, and from the fortress even to the river, and from sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. Notwithstanding the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doings. This actually sounds more like the last days, like it says this. I thought this was going to be kind of this is the apostasy going into the last days, but this actually just sounds like today. The general population seeks to do evil, but we, or I, as it says, I will wait for the God of my salvation. The few faithful wait on the Lord, and we may suffer now, but the enemy should not be rejoicing, because we will triumph in the end. And it says, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Those who say, oh, the God's not real, he should have come long ago. You're waiting in vain. It's proven that God isn't real. No, he's real. He's coming. And we will wait for him. And when we do, those who mocked us, those who stood against the truth, those who fought against God, they will have to face their shame. Verse 14. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitarily in the wood, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the days of old. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt will I shew unto him marvelous things. The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again, he will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. So I like that ending. Israel will return. They will eat the fruit of the land that was given to them in Mount Carmel and Gilead and Bashan, all the land that was given to them of God. They will have it again, and they will have prosperity. And all those who fight against them, all those who fight against the truth, they will be driven out. But the sins and iniquities of Israel, of the remnant that is restored, they will be forgiven. And they will be cast into the sea, be done away with. That is a final note of hope. And is what we see in almost every prophet so far. I think every prophet so far has ended on a note of hope and the final restoration. For our next reading, we will do a very brief reading in the book of Ether to catch Ether up. And then we will turn back to Isaiah for a few chapters. So we will see you there.